Hello, my name is Thomas Fenn, and I'm doing my persuasive speech on why students should wear uniforms through kindergarten through 12th grade. Have you ever been judged, bullied, or made fun of someone because of the clothes that they wear? Fortunately, many of us have, which is why our children should wear uniforms because they deserve better. Like many of you, I hated the idea of wearing uniforms when I was in school, but no one actually took the time to explain the benefits that come from wearing a uniform. I recently read an article about a young teenage girl who attempted suicide because she was constantly belittled and bullied because she dressed differently from her classmates. This is when I realized that school uniforms should be a standard within our schools. In order to persuade you on why uniforms should be the norm within our schools, I'll explain why uniforms are not a popular idea with some people and describe why the benefits of uniforms outweigh any concerns the general public may have. Let us begin with some of the major concerns people have with the idea of school uniforms. Although school uniforms have a long history within the United States, people still have reservations about implementing any uniform standards within our public schools. One of the major arguments against school uniforms is they hinder a student's individuality. Generally speaking, a school uniform policy would hinder a student's choice in what they can wear, therefore denying any kind of self-expression through the choice of clothing that they wear. However, expressing oneself through the clothing we wear is only a very small part of expressing one's individuality. Students should be expressing themselves through non-superficial means, like music, writing, poetry, or any other form of educational expression. It is far more important to teach these impressionable minds that our clothing doesn't define who we are, but rather the content of our character. Additionally, most students spend far too much time worrying about how they dress. This added pressure is an unnecessary burden on any student's already hectic life. Uniforms will eliminate this wasted time so students can spend more time concentrating on schoolwork. While wearing school uniforms does increase most students' grades, it is by no means the only positive outcome. School uniforms actually make it a safer place for students. While no long-term studies have been done on the effectiveness of school uniforms, many school districts have kept their own statistics. According to California's Long Beach School District, school crime has dropped 76% and attendance has reached an all-time high since the school district started wearing uniforms. Uniforms also make it easier to identify those who are not from the school, which will increase security. While there is always a risk of an outside intrusion within a school, having uniforms will offer a deterrent to students from outside schools looking to cause trouble. According to Dr. Alan Hilfer, senior psychologist in the Children's and Adolescent Unit at the Brooklyn Medical Center, school uniforms do eliminate competition, pressure, and assaults perpetrated by older kids on younger kids for their sneakers and other possessions. Additionally, school uniforms can have a direct impact on bullying. Bullying is a serious problem within our school system. According to bullyingstatistics.org, one in seven students in grade K through 12 are victim of bullying. Like most, I have witnessed this kind of bullying firsthand because children dress differently from each other. Uniforms can effectively dissolve this issue, as it effectively eliminates bullying directed towards kids who dress differently because they're all dressed alike. Kids' social standings should be based on character and not the clothes they wear, which brings me to my next topic. School uniforms save money. Some may argue that school uniforms cost just as much as a children's normal clothing, but this is simply not true. Most parents are constantly pressured into buying desired clothing or the latest fad for their children. As a child, I can remember my parents spending hundreds of dollars on quote-unquote back-to-school clothes, money which they spent even though they couldn't even really afford. The average designer t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers can cost upwards to $200. Not to mention most students will not wear the same outfit twice within 2 weeks. On the other hand, an entire uniform will only cost $100, plus the student can wear it multiple times a week. In conclusion, school uniforms will always be controversial among certain groups, but the safety and mental well-being school uniforms bring outweigh the negative. Now that everyone has a better appreciation of the benefits school uniforms bring, I hope you can agree with me that it's about time for our school systems to implement some kind of uniform system. Students, especially the young ones, need to be less concerned with the clothes they wear and focus more on receiving a healthy education. As adults, it is our responsibility and our duty to ensure this happens by supporting school uniforms. Thank you. The attached list will show my references used for today's narration.